big age of 38, I've learned quite a few things in my life, I'd say. But the one that I learned this year that made the biggest aha moment that I've had in decades is the one that I'm going to share with you today. And that is basically everyone is jealous of you. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like Mean Girls. But if you are here listening to this, or if you're reading the blog, that means you can read, or you're intellectual, and you're learning for fun, which means you're smart. And you're probably an adult if you're here, which means that you were given care and attention as a child. The fact that I can write at all, the fact that I write for fun, the fact that I write as a passion is something that people are jealous of. And it runs so deep that it starts all the way back in childhood. And truthfully, more than them not having things, more than you having things, it's about them not. So I want to talk about that. Growing up, I can honestly just say a gilded life, right? I didn't grow up rich or anything like that. In fact, we're very poor. But I had the ideal life that anybody rich or poor could want, in that, you have a stable household, you have family around you, your, in this case, parent, mom, whatever, is, taking care of you, making sure you get the things that you need and above in terms of like education and fun. So for me, it was just my life. And I didn't understand why everybody didn't have that sort of thing. But I remember growing up and people being mean to me because I had a good mom. And it's not until now that it's kind of coming full circle that I do stand out, and I did stand out, and I am different. And in fact, in many ways, I and you are better than most people at most things. This is not a general statement of I'm better than you, I'm elite, I'm perfect, blah, 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 blah. It's when you put the summary of your entire character, your quality, your value as a human together, are you better or worse than me? And if you're here, you are an elite person who has it better than most people. And they hate you for it. Now, I have to say, this does start in school, but as I said, I put it together at 38, which tells you that it does not stop. I've been trying to figure out why people don't want to help me, who should, theoretically should. I've been trying to figure out why people keep their distance, why I'm not invited to things. And sometimes people will tell me, it's because you're a bit negative, you're a bit of a Debbie Downer, or, you're too smart, you need to dumb it down. Everybody's got their own issues going on. But it kind of clicked to me. Because, if they were incentivized to come to like do it in a way because it made them feel good, they would. But what most often happens is that I am just good at things. And in a lot of ways to people, it feels like I'm throwing it in their face because things come to me so easily. And I have to admit, things do come to me easily now as an adult. Things did not come to me easily as a child. They came to me easier, but I still had to do a lot of work. I did a lot of tutoring and whatnot. But I am privileged to be smart, to be educated, to be able to speak well. And all those years of people telling me to be different was really them saying to me, you are magnificent, and it's intimidating and off-putting. And I don't know how else better to say that to you other than calm down, or whatever they said to me in the moment, or whatever they said to you in the moment. And realizing this, it might make it seem like there's some sort of villainy happening here, that people are evil, that they're doing something wrong, that they're being mean, that they're being hateful or something. And they're really not. This is a very human thing. And I know that because I'm not immune to it either. I'm sitting here in this house of mine. I have a 3-bedroom with a living room, an office, a dining room, a patio, a front lawn, and a big garage. Okay? And one of the things that I had been upset about over the last few months was that, I just didn't really have anybody to hang out with. I don't have a lot of friends. My family's always busy. They have their kids. And, I've always known that family was very important and that spending time with people was very important, and yada, yada, yada. But I was feeling a bit down because I could not comprehend why people didn't want to hang out with me. And all the excuses that were being given did not make logical sense. And if you know me, you know it has to make logical sense. And I got kind of mad because I was like, why is everyone lying to me? I don't get it. I don't get it. My autistic self, I try to be very genuine and nice and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, people don't want to hang out with me because if they come over to my house, they're going to be reminded that their house is not as nice. Or they're going to feel some type of way about being in somebody's fancy house. There is, for me, there's often when I meet someone or doing something that I don't think I can do, that's when the jealousy creeps in. So say if someone is hotter than me and they're getting all of this attention, right? That's one of those things that'll trigger me being like, oh, I wish people were being that nice to me, blah, blah, blah. Or if there's like some very rich person and they're going to do something, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, I don't really want that, blah, blah, blah. That's jealousy too. Don't bullshit yourself. That's jealousy too. All of that is absolutely within me. And although I don't have a lot of friends and I don't have a lot of people to hang out with, I do have a great house. And I did just go pick up some cats. And I can do literally anything I want at all times. So there's no reason to be down or sad, which I was. But the reason why I was down and sad is because I was just confused. The jealousy is not something that overtakes me like that, but the confusion will. So me finding out that the people in my life are jealous in a very primal sense, in a very base sense, is honestly relieving. For a long time, I thought positive things should get like positive responses. If I'm excited about something, if I'm happy, if I've done something cool, I should be able to show people that. And then in response, they should be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Because, that's what my mom would do. But the truth is, what's positive for me can look negative for other people. Whether that be, they thinking, oh, you're going to be more successful than me and get rid of me, or, I wish I could do that, or you're always doing that, or, maybe they're just having a bad day and comparing your one success that day to their failure that day just hurts, right? And that's just simply not the case, no matter how much my sweet, naive mind wants that to be true. One thing I've kind of realized is that people who don't want to compete with you are not your friends. I know that's going to sound odd because you think that friends should get along all the time, and they should. But getting along does not mean everyone staying in their same place and everyone doing all the things that they have the entire time. That means everyone's working together and playing together, learning together, and growing together. That's why sports teams are so beneficial. That's why being in a class of people is so powerful. That's why when you work on a team at work, you get benefits that you cannot replace. Being able to compete with people on a friendly level means that you are free to express your greatness fully without feeling like you are somehow hurting others for it. You may not be a company executive like me. You may not be a high degree person, which I'm not. I have a bachelor's degree. You may not be a millionaire, which I'm not. You may not be, super fit and skinny. You may not be young anymore, which I'm not, and I'm not. Everybody has things and everybody doesn't have things. And I think the most important thing for us to remember going forward is not just to be grateful for what you have, but in many ways be grateful for the life that you don't. Because the people looking at your life are seeing the things that they don't have that you do. And you're looking at their life and seeing the things that they do have that you don't, but you don't actually know what it takes to get all those things. I'll tell you from my example, I know for a fact that I could have more friends around. I could have more social interactions. But in my early 20s, I decided that I was going to be more authentic, more honest, and less bullshitty. And, it takes a lot of work to not hedge your bets and try and make sure that everyone likes you. That's still something I'm working on. Hopefully by the time I'm 39, I can figure that out. But for the most part, I have been able to be myself fully. And that kind of power, which I know I'm a powerful, intense person. I know that about me. I know that. That is not somebody who can just be around all the time. People who are not on that same page. And I can't have all of this. I'm recording on a $300 microphone and a $1,000 camera, looking at my $2,000 MacBook, looking at my $500 iPad. This is a life that most people would kill to have. And I killed to get it. Not literally. I killed myself. And I'm happy. And I'm working on my jealousy. I'm working on being green with envy. And in many ways, finding out that people are jealous of me actually means that they see me. I am great and powerful and creative and awesome and nice and fun. And I think all of these things about myself. But then people don't respond to me in that way often. And the summation that I had gotten throughout my life was that I am not worth being around. And that's simply not true. I'm more than worth being around. And that's what makes people so uncomfortable. And the thing is, you are too. I find comfort in other powerful, strong people, talented people. I love being able to look up to people, but I don't really get that opportunity very much. And if I do, it's not forever. So when I find somebody who I think is so cool and so fun, I look at those people with awe and admiration, not necessarily with jealousy, unless it's something like friends or something like that. Because, I'm autistic. It's always just been kind of hard. That's just something I'm never really going to be a social butterfly. Being authentic, that is. And on my 38th birthday, I want us all to make a pledge that we are going to wake up each day with just a little bit more shine. Make bitches more jealous than they were the day before. Keep your fucking foot on their necks and don't let up, no matter how much they cry and whine and bitch and moan, because you know what? You're fucking awesome. You're doing fucking awesome things, and I think you're fucking great. Success and excellence is a lonely road. You can't have all this and all that. Not everyone's that lucky. At least not young. It might take you some time. And it's going to take me some time. I got to get out in the world. Got to show people my happy, smiling face. Charm them in, lure them in, say hi. Come in, don't you want to be my husband? Come clean my house for me. I promise. I'll break your back and I'll feed you constantly. It's honestly, it seems like a great deal to me, but I'm not the market maker here. I'm not the one buying. I'm just selling. Handsome visage, all that stuff. But I want you to start looking at yourself in your life that same way. Make everybody jealous that you are doing so good. And when people come to you and they're like, how the fuck are you doing that? Can I be in your aura so that the light casts off on me? When you find those people are actually giving you the admiration that you're looking for. It may feel a little odd, but get used to it, because the opposite of admiration is jealousy. There we go. Oh, see, we got. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy birthday to me. Thank you guys for being a part of my life, first and foremost, or, most importantly, thank you guys for being a part of my life. I literally could not be here or do any of this without you. I've been 18 years in the public space, and let's make it another 18. Peace and moisture. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Dance to something dangerous, shake to something scandalous, prance to something fabulous, dance to something dangerous. Shout out to Mellow Bug.